Here. Behind you. There is an open seat here.
Thank you.
Hello, I am Nettie. So you are the new student. Have you met Professor Ronan yet?
Shall we begin? Welcome to Year 5 of Charms. Now, this will be a crucial year in your education on the art of charm work.
Akio.
That is not bad.
You are a swift learner. I see a lot of potential, but remember, potential is nothing without practice. Keep at it. You might just rival Miss Onai here. Very good, everyone. That's enough of that. Well, as you all seem to have the basics down, and it is an exceptionally lovely day, I was thinking that we might have ourselves a little excursion outside for a spot of fresh air. After me. I've always found that fun goes hand in hand with mastery, as I'm sure the Quidditch players amongst us would agree. So, what better than a bit of sport to put our prowess with the summoning charm to the test, right? So why don't we have our newest student start us off? Very simply, cast Accio on one of the spheres and relinquish your charm at the last possible moment. Then, don't lose your composure. Excellent control there. Splendid! Very good. Points to Slytherin. But there's certainly no sport in playing without Miss Onai. Would you care? You'll be the blues, just as before, and Miss Onai, you are playing red. Clear?
Yes, sir.
Be sharp. Phew.
Very good.
Watch this. That is how it's done. Well done. Here we go. Yes!
Akio.
Excellent control there. Let us make this a bit more interesting, shall we?
I think we are well past interesting at this point.
I'll say.
Enough chatter. Focus now. You will need it. This round settles it all.
Let us see this. Phew.
Happens to the best of us.
Watch this. There we go. Here we go. Yes!
Splendid! Very good, both of you. Well done. Class is dismissed. Gather your things on the way out.
Well done back there. You took the loss in stride. Didn't want to go too easy on you. Took me weeks to become proficient with Accio. Took weeks for me to get anything right when I transferred here.
That's good to hear.
To put it lightly, I transferred here from Wagadu. My mother received an offer to teach the... Before I knew it, we had left Uganda.
Well, it's been nice to...
And with you. I think Professor... Until next time.
Of course, you can use Accio on humans. if you're so inclined.
Well, you'd be using it on clothing, to be precise, Sebastian. You know it won't work on
A
humans.
word, if you would.
You wanted to speak with me, Professor?
I did. I trust your first charms lesson lived up to expectation.
Well, an outdoor competition wasn't exactly the lesson I was expecting, sir.
What charm is there in thee? Miss Onai is a talented
Of course, Professor. It was...
Miss Onai is always a fierce competitor. Now, Professor Weasley has... Expect to hear from me soon regarding a special assignment that I am...
Revelio.
Hello there. You're the new student, aren't you?
Hello. You wanted...
Samantha Dale. I've been eager to meet you. Hope your first day's going well.
I've been fortunate. Beginners...
My brother William would tell you not to... Well, better see to my charms.
Is that all you've got?
Levioso! Professor Hecat!
Perhaps you'd be good enough to blast each other to pieces in your own time. I get new students every year, but I only have one Hebridean black skull. It was a token from the Great Poacher Raid of 1878. No doubt you've heard of it. Now, you may be asking yourself how an old woman like me single-handedly took out the largest poacher ring in eastern Wales and lived to boast about it. Knowledge. To the wise, age matters very little. Today we will review a spell that has saved me from death at the hands of dark wizards more times than I care to remember. Levioso.
Levioso? A levitation charm?
Levioso! A surprised opponent is a weak opponent. Care to defend yourself, Master Pruitt? No? One thing I've learned as an unspeakable is the value of simplicity, especially in the heat of battle. Now, let's practice what we've just learned, starting with something small.
Levioso.
Now, let's try something a little larger. Let us begin with the basic cast. See how the dummy deflected your cast? This time, cast Levioso first, then the basic cast. Remember, a surprised opponent is a weak opponent, as Master Pruitt so artfully helped me demonstrate earlier.
Protego! Leviosa!
Good. Now, the basic. Well done. Very good. But the best way to practice is by dueling. We'll start with you two. Duelists, take your marks.
Time for a proper Hogwarts welcome.
Now, I want a fair duel, using only Levioso, basic cast, and Protego. You may begin.
This should be easy.
Leviosa!
Lucky.
Nothing lucky about it.
Not bad for a beginner. You give as good as you get.
I put you on the spot, and you rose to the challenge.
Thank you, Professor Hecat. Glad to have the opportunity to practice.
If what I've seen today is any, I demand excellence from my students. They are... A classroom duel is one thing.
Understood, Professor.
So, I'd advise you to keep practicing whenever you can. Perhaps Mr. Sallow will have some ideas. Again, well done today. All right, that's enough spectacle for one day. Class is dismissed.
Nice work.
I enjoyed that.
Well, that duel was quite something. Everyone will be talking about it.
It was certainly good practice.
Practice? Didn't expect a new...
I've dueled enough. Consider yourself...
Huh, fair enough. You owe me an honest duel when you aren't. You know, you might be a perfect fit for a certain exclusive, unsanctioned...
Exclusive and unsanctioned.
Excellent. Knew I was right. If you want to get the most out, whether it's joining a secret dueling club, you just have to be clever enough not to...
Thank you, Sebastian.
Good. Pleasure chatting with you. Perhaps somewhere unsanctioned? Look for Luke and Brattleby near the clock tower entrance. Till next time.
Revelio. Revelio.
Whee! Here I've come from the toilet bowl where she said I could swim, did you praxia mole? As long as 'twere only one time per week, I can plunge the boy's lavatory, not for the meek.
Please, Peeves, you'll make me late.
He tried to stop me, did rancorous carp, sought to trip me, confine me inside of a jar. But he failed in his containment charms, so I took my revenge to wreak havoc and harm. It was good. Or I'd fire up the cannon, and so she agreed to draw up a contract with her. I behaved.
Glad you could make it. Lucan's just over there.
Yoso. Revelio.
Can I help you?
Sebastian told me to see you about a club.
If Sebastian vouches for you, that's all I coordinate duels for crossed ones. A dueling club of sorts.
I'm flattered to hear that. Sebastian's not a bad...
Imagine it's quite something to see the two.
How does crossed ones work exactly?
You show up, I match you with other duelists, and whoever... It's our way of determining the school's greatest duelist once and for all. And, to liven things up, the winner is awarded
Of course. Do you...
I agree. So, your first time I'll pair you with Sebastian. So, care to step in?
Get me in the ring.
Spectacular! Let the fireworks begin!
We'll make you regret signing up. I could never duel like that.
Nice work. Sebastian wasn't wrong about you. There's strong competition ahead, but keep this up and you could be the next school champion.
Brilliant. Count me in.
I shall. Now, it takes time to organise these duels, but check with me later. I may have something lined up for you. Again, congratulations on your first crossed ones victory. Well fought. Hope to see you back here again.
Revelio.
From me. If I I could undo all that happened, I would.
Revelio. Revelio.
Don't get too cocky simply because you had one victory over Sally. He never backed down.
Awful when they ask you a question.
What about the room, Professor?
I was thinking the same thing, Deke. Perhaps you could help.
Oh, excuse, Deke.
Ah, there you are. I trust your first classes went well?
They did, Professor.
Seems Professor Fig taught you quite a bit. I'd wager there's a good deal more to your travels here than what you've told me. Isn't?
Have you and Professor Fig not discussed my training? That's correct, Professor.
I see. Regardless, you must continue to build. In that regard, I've asked your professors to help hasten your...
Professor Ronan did mention something about that.
In fact, Professor Ronan will meet you outside momentarily. Now, regarding the trip to Hogsmeade I mentioned earlier, we've arranged to replace the supplies lost on your way here, including seeds, potion recipes, and spellcrafts.
Thank you, Professor.
And Mr. Ollivander will connect you with the perfect wand. You've managed your classes well with a borrowed wand, but you'll find the magic you cast with your own wand to be far superior.
There's an Ollivander's
There
in
is.
Hogsmeade.
Most people are familiar with the shop in Diagon Alley. We're fortunate to have someone like him nearby. Mr. Ollivander is a genuine craftsman and highly skilled wand maker. I would trust no one else to pair me with a wand.
I'm eager to get to Hogsmeade.
Very well. I'd like you to make your first visit to the village with a classmate. Help you get your bearings. Perhaps Sebastian Sallow or Natsai Onai. I've noticed you spending time with them.
I'd like to go with Sebastian.
Glad to hear it. Mr. Sallow is a capable young wizard. And he'll keep you well clear of any of Victor
Rookwood?
Or rather, once you've finished Professor Ronan's assignment, your friend will meet you at the castle door. No time to waste. The sooner you complete your work...
Revelio.
Ah, there you are.
You have a new spell to teach me.
Indeed I do, and an exceedingly useful. Fixes things right up, makes a broken object
It seems as if that might come in handy.
more frequently than one would imagine. As Professor Weasley mentioned, I am not the only one who will be teaching you spells outside. A number of your professors have agreed to do so as well, but first, each shall ask that you come. I have arranged some for today. See them through and then report back to me.
I'll start on the task right away. This is the right area. I wonder where the flying page is. Here. Got it. The flying page must be around here somewhere. Brilliant.
That young'un's now a teacher herself.
Revelio.
I trust the preliminary tasks.
I completed the assignments for...
Marvelous. You clearly know your... Let us give the old mending charm a try then, shall we? Remember to be deliberate.
Yes, sir.
Remember, your wand is a conduit of your magic. That's it. Very good. If you would like to practice mending something, have a go with that broken statue in the alcove by the water. It allegedly symbolized heartbreak. Perhaps a jilted lover thought it too accurate and lashed out.
Leviosa.
Reparo.
Can't seem to get the smell
why
of
that
dragon
portrait was empty.
There's always someone snoring in our dorm. It's hardly worth studying for potions.
Revelio.
Do you think it's possible to spend time...
Revelio.
Hogwarts has ever seen. No ability to have a report.
Revelio.
Well, fancy meeting you here.
Hello, Sebastian.
Ah, my new charge. I'm told you're in dire need of supplies, and I'm to accompany you into Hogsmeade for them. Is this your
It is. I haven't left the castle since I arrived.
Well, Hogsmeade's a charming little place. I was glad Professor Weasley asked me to join you today.
As am I. Thank you, by the way.
Of course. You're the only one who's ever bested me in a duel. The way I see it, I'd be wise to keep an eye on you. Speaking of Weasley, she seems to have taken quite a shine to you.
Has she? That's nice to hear.
I'm still surprised that a professor would entrust me with anything, given my detention record.
Spend a lot of time in detention, do you?
Just enough to keep me well-rounded. Speaking of detention, this trip to Hogsmeade might have saved me from one.
Glad I could be of service.
Madam Scribner, the librarian, was on the hunt for me, as is often the case. Professor Weasley came to retrieve me, and I was able to convince old Scribner that I had somewhere to be.
So how did you manage to get on the librarian's bad side?
Well, I suspect it's a matter of differing opinions. She thinks I shouldn't be allowed in the restricted section, and I, on the other hand, am inclined to disagree. Oh, this is an excellent spot to gather lacewing flies. They're pretty to look at. If you stew them long enough, they make a powerful potion ingredient. Merlin's beard from the Forbidden Forest. Look.
What's going on?
See for yourself. Quite a sight, isn't it? You certainly don't see that every day.
Do you think Poppy's already seen the hippogriffs?
Absolutely.
Likely already named them.
To the left is the Forbidden Forest. Out of bounds to all students.
Hence the name.
Precisely. They think it's too dangerous. I think they need to have more confidence in our defensive abilities. Ah, you can see Hogsmeade just past those ruins up ahead. Have you had much of a chance to explore the castle?
A little. It's positively enormous.
It is that. I've been there 5 years and barely scratched the surface. Loads to see, places to discover.
Oh, any you'd like to share with the
Perhaps
class?
one day. I can't go around telling you all my secrets now, can I? You still haven't told me how you became so good at dueling.
Revelio.
I've always thought Thestrals pulling a carriage a bit grim. Though I suppose most people don't actually see them at all.
But you can see them.
Unfortunately. But you've seen quite a bit yourself first, most notably that dragon attack. Hopefully the rest of your year isn't as eventful.
Revelio.
Mr. Moon. He's the Hogwarts caretaker. Looks a bit worse for wear. Hello, Mr. Moon. Have you met our new fifth year?
Pleasure. You might want to turn back, Mr. Sallow. Turn and run.
Is everything all right, sir?
Oh, look right at me. Eyes big as saucers.
What did, Mr. Moon?
Demi guys. Ugly and airy and terrifying.
Potato.
I shall be at the castle where it's safe. Good luck to both of you.
A demi-guise? I don't know what he's putting in his pumpkin juice, but he's obviously had too much of it. I've never seen Mr. Moon in such a state. Mr. Moon is quite the character. My sister Anne thinks he's lovely, but I'd say he could improve a bit as a caretaker.
Oh, is your sister in Slytherin too? Revelio.
She is, or rather, she was. She's not well at the moment, but she'll be better soon and back at Hogwarts. Honestly, if one could bottle the magic of this place, I don't know if it's the shops or the people, but there's just something about Hogsmeade. We all flock to it like moths to a flame. So how would you like to do this? Weasley told me.
Yes, dittany seeds, some spellcrafts, and some potion recipes.
Perfect. Can't wait to see what you do with the new wand. And a short list gives you... I just have to pop into a shop to find something for my sister. Remember, have fun. It's Hogsmeade.